Let's meet the starting lineup for Orlando.
And Craig, now that we have a new season underway, what's most important for these teams to remember right now?
That it's a long season, Kevin. And I know we say that a lot, but it's the truth. And to just remember, there's going to be plenty of ups and downs during the course of the year.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3 slot. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Pass to Vucevic from downtown, and it's Orlando with the rebound. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
And it's Suggs missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Buzelis. And here's Vucevic. Now here's Giddey. 6 to shoot. Nice defense from Wagner. And so Wagner will bring it up for Orlando. And Clark, the Magic with 2 good wings in Banchero and Wagner.
Yeah, they certainly have 2 of the better young wings in the league. Both forwards are outstanding at both ends of the floor. You know, it'd be kind of like a college football team with 2 gigantic tight ends. I mean, they're a physical duo, and that makes them formidable in every way.
And here's Vucevic after the 3-pointer from Desmond Bane.
Well, you look at Vucevic right there. That's clearly a shot that he's worked on. The proof is in the pudding.
Suggs kicks to Bane. Carter with a screen on White to the paint. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter.
First in blocks, and they were in the top 10 in steals. It was one of those things we always heard about last season. Get a little sloppy with the ball, and they will make you pay.
You know, you have to be impressed by the amount of blocks they racked up. They took rim protection to a whole nother level last season. Now here's Giddey. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Suggs. Here's Banchero. It's rebounded by Giddey. Pass to Dosunmu. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Suggs. The offensive rebound. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Magic building up a roster of players who D up. Coach Jamal Mosley said, your culture is the type of guys you bring in, the type of people you have around. If you're a defensive team, then you probably have defensive guys. You can't be that and have all shooters that don't defend. Back over to you.
Yeah, you're right. They've got great personnel. Thanks a lot, Allie. Once again, off the mark, Orlando.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Giddey. Now Buzelis. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Buzelis has got 5 now. Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. Their great skill development programs showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. checked in for Orlando. Tyus Jones comes in for Suggs. Then for the Bulls, Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Buzelis. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Dosunmu. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Pass to Bane. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Huerter passes to Vucevic. It's stolen by Carter. Now Black, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Black showcasing his full arsenal, and he's a guard.
Giddey kicks to Williams. Back to Giddey for three. It's hauled in by the Magic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Isaac's checked in for Wendell Carter. And Wagner's subbed in for Tyus Jones. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. We often see Paolo Banchero with the ball late in the shot clock clock, and he usually delivers.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you shut off his dribble drive, and then you seal off the retreat. And because he's so strong and good with the ball, he can bump you and get into the spot he wants to. He's got great power, and he's really a good finisher around the goal, too.
Well, Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Giddey. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Wagner passes to Isaac. On the wing, Bane. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. Count it, good. Bane's got 7 points.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go. Soft defense in that mid-range area, but they got away with it this time.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Magic out in front, leading by a point. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Orlando.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Well, Wagner out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Wagner. Then there's Anthony Black. And it's De Silva in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Now here's Williams, following the missed shot by Franz Wagner. Huerter, no good. Black with it. And here's Wagner. From outside the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Bulls with the lead. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Williams finds Huerter. Back to Williams. Wagner with the block.
Big time denial that time by Wagner. Well, he put some plaster on that one.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
Hey, we know every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
The Magic making a switch here. Suggs is checked in, and a change for the Bulls. Carter's checked in. clock at 4. From deep three-point territory, Franz Wagner grabs the miss.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
Now, here's Isaac. Nothing on the board. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal. And after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams.
Good work by Wagner there, taking advantage of a point-blank opportunity.
Pass to Williams. Now, Herter. He's defended by Wagner. Herter, no good. The Magic with the lead. Suggs kicks to Black. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Suggs showing you some major bounce right there. He went way upstairs on that.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Teams changing it up here. It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. Number 1, the Magic.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 3-point game. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, Franz Wagner was asked to describe his game, and he said, I don't know if there's someone who I would say I play really close to. I'm like a tall guard. I try to do a lot of different stuff out there, and I hope when you see me play, you see that I'm having fun and I'm playing for the right reasons. Kevin?
Okay, Allie, thanks. And here's Jones. After Jalen Suggs made that last 3-pointer, Jones dishes to White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. They can't stop the run with that one.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Unfortunate injury aside, Jalen Suggs-Clark has really come into his own now.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I mean, hitting his stride in a major way. I mean, he seems to have really figured the game out, how to utilize his gifts and tools. He was always a great defender. Offensively, I think, is where his game has taken the biggest jump.
Now, here's Suggs. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
White against Bain. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one comes up a bit short. And the Magic with possession. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Picked him clean. Drives to the hoop. It's good. Dosunmu's got his second basket of the night.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for the Magic. Josh Giddey's checked in for Chicago. .110 left here in the second. Payne looking around. Carter with a screen on White. And a wide open look for Payne. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Giddey. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Vucevic misses the baby hook. Magic leading by 6. Right side Payne. And Caro outside. Outside, Suggs. That falls. Nice feed that time from Banchero. Banchero's got 4 assists now tonight. Bulls trail by 9. Now, Giddey. And he converts the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's Orlando headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be right back after this.
To center court. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot. Nice drive. Give it up for the participants.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Orlando Magic. What's most important in a situation like this?
Staying focused, locked in, and not getting sick or distracted.
Yeah, like the kids on those smartphones, they're constantly on those phones and all those things, man. Not paying attention. Right, Jack? Jack?
Huh? Oh, so I was sending a text. What'd you say?
Kids these days. And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, they obviously love the three-point shot, but tonight it does not love them back.
You know what, Kenny? When you love something and it doesn't love you back, time to move on.
Hold on, let me write that down. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Nice game, notable performance by Jalen Suggs.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 7. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. Picked by Vucevic. And there's the bucket from Dosunmu. Dosunmu's got the first bucket of the third here for Chicago. And Greg, while they need more star talent, the Bulls have had only one top 5 pick in the last 17 seasons.
Yeah, it's like being on the treadmill of mediocrity, right? When that's the case, you've got to outperform your draft position. They've had some good picks in that time, but really no all-star.
Three-pointer, and it's White missing. Magic leading by 4. And Wagner has it in the corner. Outside, Bane. Carter sets the pick for Bane. Clock at 6. Inside. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Vucevic. It's White on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. White against Suggs. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from White.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Bane. 7 points in the game. Back to Banchero. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist. Banchero's got his 5th assist in this one. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Look at the numbers for Desmond Bane. He's coming off an excellent season. Put up about 19 points a game, 5 assists and 6 rebounds. And playing with the reserves, he might not get the minutes he'd like, but you sense that hunger to improve.
Well, you know, he stated that he wants to improve, but until that actually happens, he'll continue to come off the bench.
Pass to Giddey. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Dosunmu, and that comes off the assist by Giddey. 9 points for Dosunmu. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Payne for 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Giddey's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Outside, Bane. Banchero outside. And it's Wagner missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Magic have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. checked in for Jalen Suggs. And the Bulls making a change also. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Kobe White. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Black. Payton for three. That's good, and it's Banchero with the assist. Banchero's got 6 assists now in the game. Bulls trail by 4. Orlando's front office, Clark, has made it clear they're turning the page on the rebuild, entering the win now phase.
And the reason they're able to make that shift, Kevin, is because they drafted 2 franchise cornerstones. Banchero and Wagner develop quickly and have a lot of runway in front of them.
Now, here's Banchero. He has 5.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Here's Vucevic. And Giddey gets it to go. Giddey's got 5 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Carter. Good, nice job down low. And the Magic lead by 4.
Phenomenal positioning on the glass. Carter Jr. putting on his hard hat right there, not afraid to get those hands dirty.
Vucevic to the pass to Giddey. 17-foot shot on the way. Magic leading by 4. And Wagner has it in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Wagner's got 5 now.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now here's Giddey. 9 points in the game so far. Payne with the steal. Pass to Banchero. 24 seconds left to play here in the third. Carter with the bucket.
It's obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half and are focused on having a more balanced offensive attack.
Now here's Dosunmu. 11 points in the game. Giddey with the screen on Bane. Here's Dosunmu. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Orlando in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bane. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Black. And it's De Silva in at the 4 slot. That's his out there for Orlando. Now here's Jones. After Jonathan Isaac's miss, it's White on the wing. No good from the wing. Orlando leading by 9. Bane, no good. And Chicago shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to White. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Outside, Jones, 5 to shoot.
Really good contest from Suggs right there. Nice job distracting the shooter.
Back to Bane. Lets it go from deep. Chicago grabs the miss. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
White inside, guarded by Bane. And it's White missing.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Black kicks to Isaac. Here's Black. Crafty move, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Monday, they'll be taking on Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
And you know, for that Hornets matchup, it's one that I'm curious about. It'll be the 6th contest on the season for them, and a game that should have a lot of great matchups.
The Magic making a switch here. Carter's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Vucevic is checked in. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Banchero's checked in for Isaac, and Wagner's subbed in for Anthony Black. Then for the Bulls, Buzelis is checked in for Patrick Williams. Dosunmu comes in for Kevin Huerter, and Josh Giddey's subbed in for Trey Jones. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling guys, come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Orlando leading by 9. Suggs dishes to Banchero. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. And he's good on the 3-ball. Banchero's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Orlando. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the 4th. Jacks up a 3. The 3 goes down.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Magic leading by 9. Suggs outside. Now Banchero. The response triple answers back.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
No question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here's Vucevic. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Well, that's just strength there. That's what we call weight room. The power of Vucevic on display.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He knows every possession is critical now. Orlando, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Bane with it. Beyond the arc. The shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Orlando's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Count it!
Boy, nice pass that time by Suggs. I love his composure and presence.
Now Vucevic. And he banks the layup in.
Hey, it's typically a positive for this offense when he's assertive and looking to score.
Magic leading by 10. Bane buries the deep ball.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Giddey. Vucevic is screen on Suggs. Banchero vacuums it in. Magic have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. The 3 is off. Bulls trail by 13.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Magic.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Desmond Bane.
He was on a tear. Everything seemed to be finding the bottom of the net for him. I'm sure he'd like to build on that performance going forward.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, Desmond Bane.